Welcome to Easy Math TV. This is the second video in our loans series. This time we know what the purchase price of the home is going to be, and then we want to solve for what the monthly payments will be at different interest rates. So this is going to be a little different how we're going to calculate the purchase price and the amount at closing, and then how we enter that into the present value. So I wanted you to see that, how we do that. So here's the question. You want to buy a $275,000 home. You plan to put 5% down as you qualify for a special type of mortgage called an FHA mortgage. Federal Housing Administration has created these low percentage down mortgages for people if you qualify. What amount will you be financing, and what will the monthly payments be if the interest rate is 5.5%? And then what would the monthly payments be if we change the rate to 6.5%? Okay, so a couple different questions there that we're going to answer. So let's start. Since we know what the purchase price is going to be, down here in the spreadsheet, I actually just put some new cells down here because I didn't want to mess with our purchase price calculation that we did before. So in the previous video, we showed how to calculate the purchase price if we know what the mortgage amount is. So I don't want to mess with that. So what I did was I just created another row down below that, and I've colored it in gold because basically we're just going to type the number in. And because we're dealing with low dollar amounts that are going out, that are getting paid, we're going to enter this in as a negative number. So I'm going to put negative 275,000. Okay. And then what I did was I put the formula for the amount at closing. So that's just equals A8 times C8. We talked about this in the previous video, how to calculate the amount at closing. That's your down payment, okay? And it's the percentage that we put into cell A8 times the purchase price of the home, C8, okay? So if we're putting 5% down, 5% of 275,000 is 13,750. Okay? So keep that number in mind. So what we're going to do to figure out what the actual mortgage amount is, instead of just typing that in up here in G4, I'm just going to perform a quick calculation. It's equals, and we take the purchase price, which is C8, and subtract from that the amount at closing, which is our B8 number. So again, that's equals C8 minus B8. So purchase price minus your down payment. So we're actually going to be financing not the full 275,000, but we're only financing $261,250. So all I did was take the purchase price and I subtracted the down payment from that. Okay. So that's the first part of our question. Well, I can't type. Financing amount is 261,250.00. So let's figure out the monthly payment at 5.5%. So now that we know what the mortgage amount is, we can go ahead and type the interest rate is over here in A4. So that's 5.5 It's already formatted as a percentage. So as you can see that the way we use this sheet is like we have to take something that was calculated down here in row 7 and we have to copy it up here into F4, or we're just going to provide that as an answer since we don't need the future value or the interest amount in this case. You know, we don't need to figure those out. So there's our regular payment down there in cell F7. So our monthly payment at 5.5% is $1,483.35, which, by the way, is going to be, you're going to be paying more than that because this is an FHA type mortgage. You're going to be paying mortgage insurance. Everybody who puts less than 20% down on the purchase price of their home has to pay mortgage insurance, and that's offered by your bank. You know, sometimes it can be upwards of like an extra $100 a month. So you want to shop around and get a decent rate on mortgage insurance. So, but this is just the mortgage itself. Okay. So let's change the interest rate now to 6.5%. And our monthly payment goes up significantly. The monthly payment, which I know how to type, is 1,651.28. So it's almost $100, actually almost $200 more per month if the interest rate goes up from 5.5% to 6.5%. So you can understand why people complain about high interest rates, because it can really change how much you pay on a mortgage towards a home. So we've answered all of those questions, and you've seen how we go from the purchase price to calculating the amount at closing to then doing the subtraction up here to get your present value. So like, subscribe, comment down below, share these videos with people, and I'll see you in the next video.